In earlier sections of this module, we discussed what the SDGs were and what the role of ICTs in achieving the goals of sustainable development. We also looked at what is the ICT scenario today, what are the technologies around, what are the applications in play, and what are some of the social and political concerns we should be aware of. This particular section now explores basically the different kinds of ICT applications in sectors, particularly those concerning their sustainable development goals. This is not to say that ICTs are not applied in other sectors, they are, but our focus is now limited to connecting the SDGs to specific to ICTs and connecting the ICTs to specific sustainable development goals. I will also review a few good practices from the Asia Pacific in terms of the ICT application by different countries in priority sectors. I would once again suggest to you that you listen to my lecture alongside the print copy of the module, which explains in detail many of the issues that will be raised here. Before going on to looking at the applications in various sectors, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that ICTs, by their very nature, are cross-cutting tools. In other words, they are like a highway or a bus with a variety of uses and a variety of applications, so that if on a highway you may have huge trucks, motorized vehicles, and other kinds of vehicles traveling, similarly, on a bus, you might have different kinds of passengers, different kinds of products moving in a bus. Similarly, in ICTs, there are a range of applications, there are a range of sectors as very diverse from each other that can be exploited. So the current perspective now, as opposed to the earlier one, is a little different. What we have learned is that while in the early part of the 21st century, around the year 2000, ICTs were very new and there was a lot of exploration and experimentation with their use. The current perspective is more mature because we have learned from the experiences of the last 15 years, and we recognize the need to embed ICTs use in a set of goals and objectives. The SDGs themselves can be clustered around 6 fairly broad principles. The first of these, I would argue, as has been placed by the UN Secretary General, is dignity, concerning basic rights of income, health, and education. A second element is people. A third is planet. A fourth is prosperity. A fifth is justice. And a sixth is partnership. So let us now look at how ICTs have been used in each of these underlying principles and sectors. So the first section of what is really a fairly large chapter will look at the principle of dignity in development and focus specifically upon goals 1 and 2 of the Sustainable Development Agenda. Goal 1 speaks of to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. And goal 2, end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Findings from a number of experiences, particularly with the technology of the day, that is the mobile phone, show that these provide better access to information about market prices, and this in turn leads to higher incomes, personalized and location-specific climate and disaster information, which enables the farmer to better plan risk and disaster management. The farmer also gets better access to extension services, leading to improved agricultural practices and yields. Some cases. Reuters Market Light in India provides localized and personalized information via SMS text messages on weather, market prices, local and international commodity news, crop advisory tips on how to help farmers make informed decisions, reduce waste, and optimize profits. Similarly, e-dairy in Sri Lanka provides timely market information through SMS to dairy farmers to increase their incomes, reduce wastage, particularly of perishable dairy products. There are other cases also. For instance, the China Rural Mobile Information Network started in 2009 to serve the needs of rural residents, rural businesses, and rural authorities for new product development, to serve as a centralized database to which farmers can access. B2B Price Now Philippines is a free and sustainable electronic marketplace that runs an online trading and payment system for farmers and for small and medium enterprises. E-Krishok in Bangladesh, an initiative of an NGO called the Bangladesh Institute for ICT in Development, facilitates free extension-related information and advisory service for the clients who sign up for it. Govi Sarana 1920 in Sri Lanka is a hotline, a call center, or a helpline where service is provided to farmers in terms of advice on agricultural related problems. India's Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act is India's massive effort to reduce rural poverty by providing 100 days of employment through off-farm location-specific activities. The scheme works because it is built and planned and managed on an end-to-end IT platform, which on the one side serves the poor at the front end, and on the other side provides vital data for decision making. Nano Ganesh is an interesting experience of using the mobile phone by farmers exclusively with water pumps in agricultural areas. This device addresses the routine problems faced by farmers in operating their water pumps, electricity, going to the fields, etc., saving an enormous amount of electricity, water, fuel, time, and labor to manage water in the fields effectively. So this section, which looks at goals 1 and 2, basically, to summarize, suggests that access to timely information in agriculture can make the difference for many of the rural poor who are engaged in essentially subsistence farming. The case studies in this section have highlighted how timely information through water and power availability, market prices, and other extension services have increased incomes, which is the first step in poverty reduction.